The Great Depression was a time of economic hardship when people's expectations of their governments radically changed. But were these changes good? The Forgotten Man by Amity Shlaes takes a look at a time period that has only begun to receive objective scrutiny. My name is Grant, welcome to GHBooks, and this is a book review. I reviewed a book last year that covered a lot of similar content to this one, so to see that video you can click the annotation right here. The title of this book is The Forgotten Man, and the author takes time to explain the origins of the term and who it refers to. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt used the phrase forgotten man to refer to those at the bottom of the economic ladder. However, he was not the first person to use that phrase. The earliest known use of the phrase the forgotten man was in an article by William Graham Sumner, a professor at Yale University. While FDR's forgotten man were the poor whom had to be saved by the government at the expense of the wealthy, Sumner's forgotten man is the business person who is taxed, regulated, and coerced in the name of helping the unfortunate. And according to Sumner and Shlaes, these were the true victims of the Great Depression and the New Deal. The New Deal programs were notoriously corrupt. But since I talked a lot about the corruption in my review of New Deal or Raw Deal, I'm instead going to focus on FDR's predecessor, Herbert Hoover. Most historians portray Hoover as a do-nothing president whose lack of action worsened the Great Depression. The author agrees that Hoover did worsen the Depression, however it wasn't his lack of action. Hoover encouraged intervention into the economy after the stock market crash. It just wasn't federal intervention. The president encouraged state and local governments to intervene. He also encouraged the creation of industrial boards, which were essentially trusts. These industrial boards set prices and wage controls, which kept workers' wages and the prices of goods higher than they should have been. This resulted in workers getting fired or businesses going under. One of the worst things Hoover did was sign the Smoot-Hawley tariff, which put high tax on foreign goods. This resulted in retaliatory tariffs by foreign countries, which led to reduced sales abroad, which then put more businesses under pressure in the US that the industrial board policies exacerbated, leading to more unemployment due to firings and businesses collapsing. In the book, Shlaes wanted to make very clear that Herbert Hoover was not a laissez-faire capitalist, but rather a progressive interventionist. In fact, he was seen so much of as an interventionist that FDR's running mate in 1932 referred to Hoover's policies as socialist, and FDR himself campaigned on establishing a balanced budget and undoing Hoover's interventionist policies. This is just one book in a growing number of new histories about the Great Depression that are challenging the traditional narratives, and they are having an impact. Even Keynesians are beginning to admit that the New Deal did not indeed end the Great Depression. The book is well written and will keep your attention, and I think it is necessary to read books like this to challenge the mainstream perspective. I enjoyed it and I think you will too. If you enjoyed this video, click that subscribe button to receive more content like this every week. Thanks for watching and keep reading.